This is Your Magnetic Purpose podcast, a new season focused on creativity and connection. We'll use tools like human design, tarot, and astrology, and see what happens when you let your natural rhythm lead. So let's dive in. What if the way that you access creativity isn't a habit or a discipline, but it was actually written into your energetic blueprint? There's a reason why some of you feel the most creative at 3 a.m. under a full moon, while others need morning and fresh coffee. And then there's also a reason why some of you create best in chaos and others in complete silence. Or a reason why a certain ritual can unlock a creative flow, while those same practices do absolutely nothing for somebody else. That is your creative channel, and it has its own frequency. And when you understand how to tune in, they feel like they're flowing right through you. Hi, everybody. I am Ashley, and this is Your Magnetic Purpose. And today we are exploring how each energy type creatively works. And we're going to have a little bit of fun with it and even a little bit of magic to access it. So we're going to kick it off with generators. Generators are all about earth magic and the power of touch. Your creativity is deeply physical. You're connected to the earth energy and in a grounded, responsive, building kind of way. Your creative channel opens through your body and not just your mind. When you're trying to force ideas from your head, you're bypassing your actual creative antenna. So a way that generators can actively work with their creativity is your ideas come through engagement and physical interaction with the world around you. You need to see something, feel something, and respond to something before creativity actually activates. Some rituals that you can do to access your generator creativity is to create an inspired altar, and not metaphorically, an actual physical space where you can put objects, images, textiles, whatever it is that activates something within you. And then you want to move before you make. So it's really great for generators to get out and dance, walk, stretch. Your creativity lives in your sacral center, which is your gut and your pelvis, your core. When that feels tight or stagnant, so will your ideas. So movement is going to help to unlock that channel. And then you want to work with clay, fabrics, or physical materials, something that you can touch. Even if your final work is digital, start with something tactile. Build it, hold it in your hands, and let the creative intelligence flow through your body. Another really great way to respond is by using color as a tool. So spread out some paint swatches, some fabric samples, any type of really bright images, and then notice what ones your body automatically says yes to. And don't overthink it. Just feel it. See what responds within you, and then you can build from there. Some moon phases for generators are going to be the waxing moon. Your energy builds just like the light. So use this phase of the moon to commit to projects that genuinely excite you. And then we have manifesting generators. This is fire and lightning. Manifesting generators are electric. Your creativity is fast and multi-dimensional. You don't want to just create in a single line. You create through what looks like chaos, but is actually your design finding the fastest, most efficient path through. So some ways that a manifesting generator can really show their creativity would be working with multiple entry points. Your creative brain doesn't just work sequentially. You're thinking about 5 things at once, and somehow they all kind of connect to each other. Some rituals to help access this creativity is to create a constellation workplace. Have multiple projects visible at once. You can have a sketchbook open with different pages. You can have screens open with different tabs, materials for different ideas. Let yourself move between them, and that cross-pollination is where your magic happens. You can also use timed creative bursts. You can set a timer for 15 minutes and create as fast as you can on one idea. And then when the timer goes off, switch to something completely different. Your speed is your feature, and it is not something that you should be fearful of or hold back from. Another really great thing to do is working with sound layering. So any music, ambient noise, podcast playing in the background, your creativity thrives in organized chaos. What might feel like too much stimulation for one person is perfect for your creative fuel. And some elements that you can work with would be fire and air. So you want to light some candles while you work, open the windows. Your creativity needs movement and transformation. Now, the moon phases that work for a manifesting generator would be a full moon, the peak of energy, the maximum visibility. This is where you can start to actualize everything all at once. And this is a way to test your multiple ideas really quickly. Next, we have the projectors, and they would be water wisdom and the moon. So projectors, your creativity is lunar, reflective, and deeply perspective. You don't just generate ideas through force, you receive them through the stillness. So ways that you can work with this is you want to see what others miss. Your creative genius is in pattern recognition and in the synthesis and refining that is already existing, and then you're able to take something and make it extraordinary. You need space to observe before you create. Your creativity comes through insight and not output. So some rituals that you can do to access this creativity would be first practice some creative scarring. Fill a bowl with water, stare into it, let your mind soften, and ask a creative question, and then wait for images, feelings, or a knowing to surface. Your creativity is receptive. It comes when you create space for it. Another really great thing for you would be moon bathing. So sitting in moonlight, like literally sit outside when the moon is full. Let the lunar energy recalibrate your system. Journal what comes through, and some of your best ideas will arrive in these liminal spaces. A great moon phase for a projector is a waning moon. Energy is softening, it's turning inwards, and it's the perfect time for observation and refinement. And this is what helps to feed your creative process. And then we have manifestors. Manifestors are the void magic and the initiating spark. Manifestors, your creativity is pure initiation. You create from the void, from nothing into something. You don't need inspiration from external sources. Your ideas come from somewhere much deeper and somewhere that most people can't even access in the same way. So some ways that you can actually work with this would be when you receive a download or a vision or a sudden complete knowing about something, know that that is what needs to be created by you. When this impulse hits, it's urgent. You need to capture it immediately or it's going to dissipate. Some rituals to access this creativity is working with the void. Sit in complete darkness, no light, no sound, and let yourself be in the nothingness. Your ideas come from that space between the different worlds. Regular time in the void helps to keep your channel clear. You also want to keep a dream journal. Your creativity often comes through dreams and that half asleep state. Write down immediately anything upon wakening and don't edit it. These are your transmissions. Another really great thing for you is to create alone first. Your initial creative process needs solitude. So complete isolation if possible. You're channeling something that is a collaboration that you don't want to interrupt. Refine it with others later, but initiate alone. You want to honor your creative cycles. You want to create in your intense bursts, and you need deep rest. So don't fight this. Your rest periods are you gathering energy for your next creation. So allow that time and allow that trust. A great moon phase for the manifestors would be the new moon. The dark, the beginning, the moment before creation even happens. This is where you find your power. And for reflectors, you are the cosmic mirror. Reflectors, your creativity is cosmic. You are sampling the collective and the creative unconscious, and you're reflecting back what you are seeing in others. You create what the world needs, often before the world even knows it. So how reflectors' creativity works. You absorb everything. Your creativity is the synthesis of all of that sampling. You need time, and your creative process flows in those lunar cycles and not in the daily grind. Some rituals that you can use to access this creativity would be working with the full moon cycles. Start a creative project at the new moon, let it develop across that 28 days, and notice how your creative vision starts and what it looks like towards the end. What remains consistent in that entire time frame of the 28 days is what is true for you. You also want to create in different locations, like in coffee shops, studios, nature, at home. Your creative shifts with the environment that you're in. So you want to use that. See what each space can unlock within you. You also want to keep a moon journal. So track your creative energy across all lunar cycles. You'll start to notice patterns and which moon phase are the best for your ideas and which are the best for your execution. Another thing you're going to want to do is collaborate with other types. Your creativity becomes more defined through sampling other creative energy. So work alongside a generator or a projector and notice what gets reflected back to you. You can also practice some creative divination. So anything to do with tarot or oracle cards or even runes. Ask your deck what your creative work needs and let it reflect it back to you. Some really great elemental work that you can do is all lunar energy. So you want to sample everything. So your work is whatever element the current moon phase is corresponding to at that moment. And the best moon phase for a reflector is the entire cycle. Map your creative process over the moon. The new moon for conception, the waxing for development, and then the full moon for completion. So regardless of your type, these practices open creative channels. Automatic writing, set a timer and write without stopping. Don't think, just let your hands move. Create a creative talisman, an object that represents your creative power, and charge it during a full moon. Or you can use chromotherapy. Each type has a color that is active when their creative channel is open. Generators is going to be earth tones. Manifesting generators is going to be electric colors. Projectors is blues and silvers. And manifestors is deep purples and black. While reflectors, you have iridescence or things that are changing colors in the light. Sound bathing is also a really great technique across any energy type. The singing bowls and the frequency of the music or binary beats, your creative channels respond to these vibrations and it helps you to find your frequency. So as you can see, your creativity isn't random. It has a structure and a way of flowing that is specific to you. When you work with your design instead of against it, and when you use these rituals and practices that actually match your energetic blueprint, that is where the creativity starts to flow and your creative blocks will start to dissolve. The work feels a little bit less forced and everything feels more like channeling. So this week, choose one of the practices from your type and actually sit and do it and see what opens up for you. You can go to Your Magnetic Purpose and pull your chart if you haven't already, and you can know how to work with your type and how to work with your magic. So I'm Ashley. This has been Your Magnetic Purpose. Next week, we are going to be getting into social media for all the different energy types. I will see you in that episode. If you enjoyed today's episode, make sure to like, share, and subscribe wherever you stream your podcast. For more resources and tools to explore human design, tarot, and astrology, head over to yourmagneticpurpose.com and book a live one-on-one reading or download your free chart. Remember, the more that you align with your purpose, the more opportunities you attract.